Hello everybody. I'm back. Hello everybody. I'm back. Okay, I had to make sure my mic was working. We need to finish this because I was falling asleep yesterday. We're gonna pick right up. How you holding up, Marina? Are you okay? I I'm fine. That's what Marina says, but her actions belie her words. She's clinging to me like a limpet, her sizable bust pushing up against my arm. I can't say I dislike the close proximity. It's hard to keep a steady pace like this, but her body's very soft. All in all, it's quite the cozy situation. For me. Marina Alas looks scared out of her skin. Her eyes are too wide, like a startled rabbit's, and I can feel her shivering. Maybe it was a bad idea to engage in Hazel's silly test of courage. I have no qualms about it. I stopped being scared of the dark and the imaginary monsters that lurk within when I was 5, but Marina's almost paralyzed by fear. Her steps are small and shuffling, and that's not because of her clothes. Hold on. Okay. Her office attire is almost restrictively tight, with its high-waisted pencil skirt, but her sundress is much more billowing. It should be easy for her to move, but it isn't. We're almost definitely going to come in last in this little contest. Not that I mind overly much. I don't care about winning. I do, however, care about Marina. Are you sure you're okay? Yes, I'm sure. There's no problem. I am utterly, completely... Eek! Marina's voice cuts off, segueing into a scared squeal as she clings to me. And in indecent shape, only particularly illuminated by my flashlight, darts across our path. The other growth rustles and then consumes it, hiding it from view. Oh my goodness. Marina stares at me, meeting my brown eyes with her own wide, surprised ones. What in the world was that, Hiroki? Do you think it was a ghost? I doubt it. I don't know, it seemed a bit too corporal for that. Not to mention small and furry. Then it was it a monster? I suppose it could have been a baby monster. But I think, though I can't tell, it was a little hard to see. It was a rabbit. A rabbit? Oh, I do hope so. Marina exhales. Some of the tension slips from her shoulders, but she doesn't draw away from me. She's clinging to me as though for dear life. I retract everything I said earlier. I was trying to appear strong, but I cannot keep up the pretense with you. This is simply awful. I cannot stand it. I like going for walks in the forest during the day, but it's not fun at all at night. It's so dark I can scarcely see, even with the flashlight, and the trees look like gasping claws. There's no telling what's hiding away from the undergrowth, and it's so cold. I don't understand how anybody could enjoy this. Hazel must be insane, and Afumi too. Oh, they're all just as bad as each other. Marina's been soldiering on for a good 20 minutes, almost surgically attached to my arm. But I think she might be nearing her limit. Hold on. Her limit. I'm afraid if I keep pushing, she'll have a breakdown. Maybe I should suggest a retreat. That would, in all likelihood, be our best move. I don't want Marina to suffer pointlessly, not over something that's supposed to be fun. Are you sure you want to keep going? I have no choice but to. I already agreed to the silliness. I ought to see it through until the end. You might have, but there's no shame in changing your mind. You're trembling like a leaf, and I can hear your heart thudding. You're clearly not cut out for this. Why don't we go back to the beach house? I can text Hazel and tell her we're bailing on the competition. I'm sure she won't mind. I think it's a perfectly sensible idea, but Marina doesn't seem to agree. No. That will never do. If I turn back now, it will ruin the fun for the others. They sounded so enthused about this competition. As their older sister, I wouldn't want them to let them down. Moreover, Marina clings to me even more tightly. If such a thing is possible, her brow furrowed with concern. I wouldn't want them to realize that I'm afraid of monsters. It would ruin my credibility. They wouldn't have to know. I could think of some excuse. Maybe I could say you sprained your ankle. Nobody would judge you then. A white lie may allow me to save face, but I would still know it to be a lie. I am an honorable woman, and I prefer to be honest and upfront. I do not wish to make my sisters worry about me either. As they're elder and they're better, it is my job to fuss about them, not the other way around. So you're determined to see this through? I must. I cannot let my own fear get the better of me. I want to conquer my phobias once and for all. I have come so far, it would be a shame to retreat now. She looks at me beneath a sweep of dark eyelashes, her face only partially illuminated by my flashlight. And I know I will be safe with you. I trust you wholeheartedly. I am sure you will keep me safe no matter what happens. Nothing's going to happen, Marina. Nothing's going to happen, Marina, but you're right on the score. I'll do my best. I'd be a pretty cruddy partner if I couldn't alloy your worries. Thank you, dear. If I am with you, I should be able to tough this out. I just need to keep going. It shouldn't be that hard. I only need to place one foot after the other. And soon you'll be walking out the door. Sorry. I can do this. Marina's eyes burn with newfound determination, smoldering like foxfire. I can. I have always been my own worst enemy. I shall not let my own fear best me. I am a mature woman, and I am far too old to get scared by things which go bump in the night. Really, I am being foolish. I know full well there's no such thing as ghosts or Ah! Marina breaks off screaming as the undergrowth rustles anew. She clings to me, her head buried against my shoulder, and whimpers like a startled kitten. I don't think I can do this much. I don't think I can take much more of this. Well, so much for the burst of self-confidence. It vanished as quickly as it came, scattered on the breeze like cherry blossoms. I guess Marina, headstrong though she isn't going to shake off her phobias anytime soon. The night stretches out ahead of me, dark and impenetrable. At this rate, we'll never make it to the shrine. I just hope we don't get lost. Then I might start to lose my cool, too. Half an hour later. Well, what do you know? That wasn't half as bad as I had feared. An old dilapidated shrine looms before me in the darkness. Framed by trees, the shrine looks distantly eerie, like something from a horror movie. Its wooden door is padlocked shut, and old paper charms are stuck to it, either to keep malignant spirits out or to keep them shut inside. It's clear from a glance the shrine hasn't been used in a long time. Some of the tiles have fallen off the roof. Its wooden supports are cracked. The stone torches either side of the shrine are unlit, and the grass is overgrown, strewn with weeds and nettles. I shine my flashlight over the edifice of the old building, picking out details in the gloom. It's not a large shrine, but I wouldn't be surprised if it caved in under its own weight. It looked distantly worm-eaten, and woe-begone. When was the last time anybody came here to pray? For all I know, it might have been 10, 20, hell, even 50 years. I don't feel too perturbed as I gaze upon it. Instead, I feel a strange kind of sympathy. There's something very sad and lonely about this rundown building. I'm sure somebody must have cared for it once in the past. But the priest who tended it is. Jesus, that's not even a word. That's not even spelled right. But the priest who tended it, in all likelihood, to wade through the forest to unlock the door and swept its old stone steps. That, or it's long dead. They're long dead. It looks like we're the first ones here. I shine the light about the dirt and the grass, but I can't see any footsteps. The place looks more or less untouched. Hazel, you, Hifumi, and Cosmos are conspicuously absent. I guess it really didn't matter that Hazel had been to the shrine before. Her sense of direction is every bit as awful as she promised. Does that make us the winners? I can't exactly kiss myself. I turn to Marina smiling. But you're more than welcome to claim your prize if you want it. Do you want a celebratory kiss? Marina doesn't respond. She stands a few feet away from me, hands clenched at her front. Her eyes wide, too wide, as she stares at the shrine. She didn't say all that much during our trek through the woods, but now she's completely silent. She's standing as still and stiff as the post which supports the shrine. Were it not for the billowing of her white sundress which flutters about her legs, I'd worry she turned into a stone. Marina? Are you okay? Still, she says nothing. She looks utterly dumbfounded. I guess this place is pretty scary, but don't worry, there's nothing to be worried about. There aren't any ghosts here, and even if there are, I'll fight them off. You've got absolutely nothing to be scared about. I try to reassure her, but my voice is cut off by a rustle from the undergrowth, far louder, that caused by the scampering rabbits. A branch cracks, loud as a gunshot, then another. It sounds like footsteps. Something is approaching us through the corpse of trees. Something shadowy and unseen, cloaked in the night. Hiroki? A disembodied voice cries, cutting through the stillness of the night. Hiroki, is that you? Please say it is. I've been stumbling around in the woods for hours. It's so cold. I need you to warm me up. A bipedal figure is upon us, with pale skin and dark streaming hair that seems to blow out the moonlight. I see two wide eyes, powder blue, flickering behind long lashes like will-o-wisps. Then the orange light emitting from my flashlight begins to gutter. It flickers, then fades, plunging both Marina and I into near-perfect darkness. No, please stay back. Marina, calm down. No, don't hurt me. Marina! Gah! A blood-curdling scream wrenches itself from Marina's throat. Eyes squeeze shut, she sinks down onto the ground, her hands clapping firmly over her ears. Clap firmly over her ears. It looks like she's having some sort of breakdown. It sounds like she's having a breakdown, too. I've never seen Marina cry like that before. And neither, it seems, has our mysterious interloper with the pale blue eyes. Dear me, did I do something to upset her? No, she was pretty jumpy already. The flashlight going off must have been the last straw. You didn't do anything wrong, you. Thank goodness, that is a relief. The shadowy figure, or should I say, you, sighs in tandem with the flickering of my flashlight. The orange light emits from anew to reveal the countenance of a woman I know very well. You stands before me, framed by a silhouetted row of dark trees. Her long black hair, which now that I think about it, does bear a striking resemblance to that of a certain TV-dwelling ghost, fluttering around her pale face, framing it. She's wearing not her succubus attire, nor her extravagant casual clothes, if they can be called that, but a blue and white bikini. It's a very cute swimsuit with girlish ruffles, but it doesn't really suit the environment. Why are you dressed like that, and what are you doing here? Oh, that, You glances away, uncharacteristically flustered, and I press the tip of her index finger together. And she presses her index finger. A pale pink blush captures her cheeks, and her eyelashes quiver. It's a long story, you see. I heard you were all going on summer vacation, and I thought it might be fun to join you. Sorry, I had to pour my drink on ice. I'm trying to think, isn't you the underworld chick? I didn't want to be left out. Well, that's fair. I don't think anybody enjoys being excluded unless you're a particular type of masochist. Sorry about that. I would have invited you along if I'd known you'd wanted to come, but... Wait. I paused, my brow furrowed. I thought you did invite you, and you refused. Didn't you say you were too busy running the succubus realm to take time off? Oh, I was right. Yes, indeed, I was busy. Horribly busy. I still am, in fact. My succubi are so demanding, they cannot be without me for too long, else everything goes, quite literally, to hell. My subjects are very sweet, but they need to be disciplined. As their princess, I cannot let anarchy take sway. I get that. It sounds like you have your work cut out for you. It is a lot of work. That is why I reject Ayu's initial offer. But after giving it some thought, I decided it would not be so very bad if I took a small break. Time passes differently in the succubus realm, as you should be only too aware. A full day here beneath the sun. She pauses. Not that it is shining right now, but that is beside the point. A full day here lasts only a handful of hours in the succubus realm. Yeah, I am aware. You trapped me in the succubus realm for weeks and weeks not so long ago. When I finally escaped, in no small part thanks to you, I was relieved to discover only a couple of days had gone by in the human world. I only missed a bit of work, and I didn't miss any of my rent payments for my cruddy apartment. That was a huge load off my mind. I want to be a proper professional ruler who always puts the needs of my subjects first, but I will hardly be a good princess if I am perpetually tired. That is how I decided to justify. You clears her throat. That is how I came to the objection. Not all base decisions that I would like know that I need a break. This is for the sake of my subjects. I'm not abandoning them for the pursuit of my own leisure, so please do not get the wrong idea. I want to have fun with the rest of you, yes, but I am actually being very selfless. I am here for the good of all the denizens of my realm, and therefore nobody can criticize me. That's what you says, but she doesn't look at all certain. Her face is still red with guilt, I think, and she unable to meet my gaze. Is she afraid that I'm judging her? I am looking at her with some scrutiny, it is true, but that's not because of her supposed carelessness. She looks pretty good in that bikini, but she still hasn't answered my earlier question. Alright, I get why you decided to come here now, and to be honest, I don't blame you. You've not done anything to be ashamed of. But, if you want to visit us at the beach house, you should have done just that. I don't know what you're doing in this forest, or why you've been wandering around wearing a swimsuit. You almost gave Marina a heart attack when you stumbled out the forest like that. I glance at Marina, as does you. She's still crouched on the ground, arms wound around her legs. She's rocking back and forth, muttering to herself. I can't hear what she's saying exactly, but it sounds vaguely like the Heart Sutra. Is she trying to calm herself down? You might not be a ghost, but does look pretty spectral, which is with her pale skin and her long dark hair. Her sudden, unexpected appearance must have given Marina quite the scare. Well, in regards to that, Yu's face turns reddish still. The lukewarm breeze stirs her long hair, so it swishes about her. I left the Succubus realm a couple of hours ago in your time, which would have been a day or so in mine. I meant to visit you at your beach house, wearing the brand new swimsuit I picked out, but she dips her head. I was so excited, my coordinates were a bit off when I teleported. Rather than appear at a Yu's doorstep, which I intended, I instead ended up in the middle of the forest. I've been trying to find my way out ever since, but I'm not very good at directions. It feels like I've been going around in circles. I was afraid I would succumb to exhaustion and collapse, to be feasted upon by wild wolves until you appeared. You saved me, Hiroki. You are my prince. Gee, don't mention it. It sounds like you've had quite a hard time. Yes, indeed I have. This is not how I imagined my holiday going. Not at all. I spent hours in this stupid forest. Yu's stomach rumbles. Embarrassed, she whimpers. And I'm so hungry. Have you eaten it today? Yu shakes her head pitifully. I did find some funny-looking mushrooms growing by the base of a tree. I was so desperate I thought about eating them. Yeah, that doesn't sound like the best idea. But I recognized they were red, with white spots. They didn't smell good. I was afraid they were poisonous. I'd say you dodged a bullet there, though now I'm wondering, can you poison succubus? Of course you can. We are all not so different from humans, though we are a bit tougher. Poison which might be lethal to a human would not be so for me. They would only make my stomach cramp. I would not wish to spend my holiday vomiting, though. That would take all the fun out of coming here. I imagine it would. Well, I offer you a small smile. I'm glad I found you, but you hardly needed to wait for me to rescue you. What do you mean? You're a succubus, right? When you transform, you have wings. Yes, and... if it weren't for Yu's very earnest expression, I'd think she was playing dumb on purpose. The solution to her problem seems so obvious to me. I don't even have wings. What the heck? I lost. Okay, here we go. I'm baffled she never hit upon it during her sojourn in the forest, meandering about the trees while slowly starving. I've always thought you was a sensible person, but I guess even the best of us have blind spots. If you weren't getting anywhere on foot, you could have flown. There was nothing stopping you flying out of here, was there? Yu's eyes widened. Did she seriously not think of that before? I can hardly believe it. You opens and closes her mouth, shamefaced searching for a reply when, alright, looks like we're nearly there. I hear footsteps, coupled with a loud, cheery voice. It sounds like a lot like Hazel. She must have found her way here. At long last, though, it took a while. It seems like we have company. Do you want to greet them, Yu? I turn to Yu, but she doesn't hang around. Instead, she scrambles away, secreting herself away behind the dilapidated shrine. Why is she trying to hide? Is she that embarrassed about getting lost? I guess I can't blame her on that front, but she can't hide the truth forever. As a succubus princess, she needs to learn to fess up for her mistakes. Hey, you! I hiss at her, but I'm cut off by Hazel. Sporty succubus descends upon me, giving me a congratulatory smack on the back. You must have been pretty speedy to get here so soon. Congrats. Ugh, that isn't fair. I was determined to get here first so I could steal your lips, but you beat me. Now you will have to kiss yourself. I wonder how that will work. With a mirror, I'm sure Hiroki can always make out with his own reflection. Ha ha. Ah, yes, I did not think about that. Ingenious. Ingenious, I don't know. I suppose it is possible to kiss yourself after all. But wouldn't that be self-sent? BL self-sent? That's so lewd. What's your jabber around about? Did you guys get here before us? Ah, you. Good timing. I was just thinking about BL self-cessed. What? Huh? What's that? That's what I'm saying. Please allow me to explain. When a man loves another man very much, who in this case just happens to be himself, they get together to do naughty things, and then they lay an egg. Oh, I didn't know that. What sort of egg? A soft-boiled one? Those wonders one hair beneath her chin. I'm not sure about the specifics. I just read about it once in a Durgan. It looked very convincing. Yeah, sure. You rolls her eyes. You need to get some better hobbies, Cosmos. Reading all that junk is rotting your brain. You say that, but some dungeons have really cute art and really moving stories. The people who make them put a whole bunch of effort into them. I love reading them, even the steaming ones. I've even found a few dungeons of you. Please, don't talk to me about that. I don't even want to imagine the delusional fantasies about me that are available online. I only have so much faith in humanity. Now, you. It's not nice to be... What is it? Misanthropic. Misanthropic, yeah, sure. Hifumi pats you on the head, as she is wont to do. What? Hifumi pats you on the head, as she is wont to doing. I'm gonna say prone to doing. You ought to try and see the best in others. Obsessing over the negatives will only upset you. Hifumi's right. You gotta look at the bright side. All these dungeon authors did when they wrote about you, they make you way, way nicer than you are in real life. And they make your chest bigger, too. How dare you? There's nothing wrong with my chest. So I see you're in one piece. Hazel looks me up and down, smiling. But why is Marina all hunched up in a pile over there? She hasn't hurt herself, has she? She should be fine. She just had a bit of a fright. What sort of fright? She didn't see a real ghost, did she? Goodness me, I would have loved to see a real ghost. Could you tell me all about it, Marina? What did you look like? Was it skin very white? Was it wearing a funeral kimono? Perhaps it was crying tears of blood, or else murmuring about revenge. Not quite, no. The ghost was more corporal than that, you see. I began, but I cut myself. I'm cut off by a confident voice full of pomp. Yes, it is I, Princess Yu of the Succubus realm. I have designed to visit you, my foolish summer nights, so that you might bask in my splendor. Rejoice, for now I am here to watch over you. Yu steps out from behind the ramshackle shrine, her appearance drastically altered. She was wearing a skimpy bikini when I ran into her, but now she's in her succubus regile. I don't fucking know. Her horns proud and tall, her shoulders enveloped by a fur cloak. There's no trace of her prior embarrassment upon her alabaster face. Her pale blue eyes are hard and commanding. She looks cool and composed, as she did upon her throne in the succubus realm. I'm aware she's acting, but damn, it's a good act. She could even give Hifumi a run for her money. Wow, Lady Yu, I didn't think you'd come here. I was hoping you wouldn't come here. I don't want you breathing down my neck for the rest of the holiday. Yu turns her nose up in the air. You need not worry on that score, you. I have no desire to trouble myself with the likes of you. I came here only so I could recuperate, so I might better rule my subjects in the succubus realm. I do not care for you at all. Oh yeah? Well, same here. It's not like I'm grateful you let Hiroki go from the succubus realm back then or anything, you idiot. I, for one, think this is quite the fortuitous turn of events. It is very good to see you. How long have you been here? Oh, about that. Use facade splitters for a fraction of a second. Abashed, she looks away. Her cheeks pink. I only just got here. I was drawn, you see, by the sound of your murmuring. I was attracted, like a moth to the flame, and then Yu's words trail away and her stomach growls. The rumbling is so loud even Marina ceases her shaking. She gets to her feet, though her legs are unsteady, and regards you with some surprise. When did you get here? That is what I am trying to assess. I don't fucking know what that word is. Ascertain. She said she only just arrived, but based upon her guilty expression, I would wager it has been longer than that. You did not get lost, did you? No, I didn't. Really? I didn't. Are you sure? I know your sense of direction is somewhat lacking, though you are very competent in all other regards. You needn't be embarrassed, dear. I am your older cousin, and I know your foibles better than anybody. Please do not feel the need to hide your secrets from me. I'm not worried about you so much as I am the others. You glares at you and Marina. But if that is what you wish to believe, it's not so very far from the truth. I have been here for a while, and I am rather hungry. You, wouldn't mind preparing some food for me when we return, would you, Hifumi? Of course not. It would be my pleasure. Now, why don't we retrace our footsteps? I think we've had more than enough excitement for one night. Hifumi has a very good point there. So much has happened, I'm still reeling from it. I can't wait to get back home and have a lie down. I think I've earned it. After the excitements at the abandoned shrine, our party returns to a used beach house with our plus one. Yu tags along behind us like a petulant child, her head hanging. Hifumi whips Yu up something to eat when we return, which Yu falls upon ravenously. Her hunger satiated, she then pays me a visit in my room. Yu is no longer attired in her skin-tight succubus outfit, nor her bikini. She's clad instead in a sweet, almost demeanor white dress with a blue sash tied about the front. The sash is almost the same color as her eyes, and her dark hair contrasts nicely with the pale fabric of her dress. I let Yu into my room, and she takes a seat upon the side of my bed. Several times she opens her mouth as though she means to say something. But in the end, she's unable to get any words out. She's acting very strangely, though. She's acting very strangely, though now not, I know, with some relief as strangely as she's acting when I first found her. Something must be amiss. I wonder what that could be. Are you alright, Yu? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I should probably away to my own room. Yu said she would be preparing one for me, but I thought at first I would like to speak to you. I hope it is not intrusion. Yu is acting at all how I'm accustomed to. In the succubus realm, she was demanding, forceful even. Back then, she had no qualms in exerting her dominance over the others. Now, however, she seems to be completely opposite. Perhaps that's because we're in the human world, not that succubus realm. She's pretending to be an ordinary person, not a princess, and she's been stripped of much of her pomp. She was pretty awkward when I first met her a decade ago, when she was masquerading an ordinary high school student called Yuki. She didn't have many or any friends. She never spoke to anybody apart from me. I thought she was aloof, but I might have been mistaken. It's possible she was simply shy. It's not an intrusion at all. I'm glad I got a chance to see you again. Really? Yes, really. It wouldn't be much of a holiday if I couldn't spend it with all my girlfriends. I like the others an awful lot, but you're special to me, you. You were my first girlfriend, and I still cherish you. Even though I was so thoughtlessly possessive. Even so, we've moved past that. It's water under the bridge. I understand you were acting out because of jealousy, and since you apologized, I'm not going to hold it against you. That is a relief. It has been such a long time since I last saw you. I've been awfully busy with work. I began to worry. In truth, I wanted to come on vacation with you very much. But it was not just my sense of duty which deterred me. I was afraid if I came I would spoil things for you. I behaved very selfishly when I took you to the Succubus realm. I took you against your will and held you captive. I dominated your every waking hour and tried to keep you away from the others. It was wrong of me. I would not usually act in such rash manner, particularly not for the sake of human, but I cannot think clearly when I am with you. My judgment evaporates as does my sense of right and wrong. I still love you after all these years, but that does not excuse what I did. I wish to punish myself, I suppose, by keeping away from you and hiding away in the Succubus realm. But I was curious, and I found myself watching you and the others from afar. You looked like you were having so much fun. I could no longer stand it. My resolve crumbled, and I came to see you. But I was so hasty I made a grave error. I got lost and made fool out of myself. You must think I'm so stupid. Stupid, no. Silly, well, maybe. It's nothing to beat yourself up over, though. We all make mistakes. And like I said, I'm glad you decided to stop by. It felt like something was missing without you. Don't think you need to stay away from me. I don't want you punishing yourself or making yourself unhappy. I prefer seeing your smile. Oh, Hiroki, you're so cool. I haven't met other humans men in my time, but none stir my heart as you do. This is why I fell for you, and believe I am falling still. Every time we meet, I find myself loving you even more. I missed you so much. So much. Wait, I missed you. I missed you so much. I missed you too. Yu leans in. Our faces are inches apart. Our lips almost brushing when... Lady Yu, it's been so long. I'm so glad to see you again. Hazel comes bouncing into our room, a flurry of excitable, puppyish energy. She was wearing her casual clothes when she threw my door open, but her appearance shifts like rippling water upon seeing you. Horns sprout from her head, and a tail protrudes from her back. This tail wags back and forth, which makes her look more like a puppy. More like a puppy than ever. Her green eyes, meanwhile, are still positively sparkling. Oh my gosh, you're not in your succubus outfit anymore. You're wearing a white dress, and... It's all frilly, too. You look like a fairy. I've never seen you wear anything like that before, Lady Yu. Not in all my days. Why, you're so cute enough to eat. I want to nibble on those squishiest cheeks of yours. You're the best. It's good to see you too, Hazel, but... Yu begins, but Hazel cuts her off. She dives headfirst at you, her peerless idol, and knocks her over backwards under the bed. You're so cute, I want to kiss you all over. Here, and here. Hazel nuzzles Yu's cheeks, while the flustered Yu tries to throw her off. Hazel, please! This is the most undignified... This is no way to treat your superior. Remember who I am and unhand me. Else I will use my magic to turn you into a toad. Oh, I'm sorry. This threat helps restore Hazel to her senses. Her adorer doused, she draws away from you. Her succubus attire fades as her frenzy does, and gallantly she helps pull you up. I don't know what comes over me. It's just been such a while. I couldn't help myself. And you really do look adorable. It's no wonder Hiroki's crazy about you. I am too. I'm your biggest fan. Why, thank you. That is very kind of you to say, but you cast me a sideways glance. Hiroki and I were in the middle of something. Oh, yeah? Hazel grins. Were things getting hot and steamy? Should I not have interrupted? No, they were not. I only meant to kiss him until you interrupted. A kiss, huh? That's better. That's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. But since you and Hiroki have been reunited, don't you want to do something a little more, Hazel makes a lewd hand gesture. Don't mind at all if that's what's going on. I'm kind of dumb, but I'm not totally dense, and I can take a hint. If you'd rather be alone, I get it. I can leave. It has been a while since I saw you last, though. You and I was wondering. Hazel smiles, her index finger pressed together. Would you mind if I joined in, too? This is a real touching reunion. And I wouldn't mind doing a bit of touching, too. Doesn't that sound like fun? I think it does. Well, I had hoped Hiroki and I could have some time alone, but you smooths down her white skirt, then adjusts her hair, which gets a bit tangled during her tussle with Hazel. You did teach me back in the Succubus room that some pleasure can be only experienced if one is willing to share. As much as I love Hiroki, I do not want to be controlling. I have tried to take Ayu's teaching to heart, though it is funny. I never once imagined that girl had anything worthwhile to say, let alone learn. And, well, you returns Hazel's eager smile with a decently more hesitant of her own. I suppose I would not be opposed to the idea. What do you say, Hiroki? Like I'm going to refuse. One attractive woman is all well and good, and you is very, very well good looking. But two attractive women are even better. I'm a bit tired after the day's events, but I'm not so tired I'd pass up an opportunity like this. Holidays exist so we can enjoy ourselves. And that's exactly what I intend to do. And that's what we're calling it. Alright, everybody. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I appreciate everyone that will stop by. I just want to finish up the chapter from this morning. I fell asleep. Get that over with. Again, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. That will stop by and check it out. I'll be live again here in a little bit, around 3:30, with Cunning Lone Wolf, my buddy. We'll be back on Are We There Yet? So, I'll see you everybody then. But for now, I must bid you all adieu, goodbye, and good night.